Guys, welcome back to another video. Today's a bit different. As some of you may or may not know, I'm actually sponsored by Maxspeedingrods. Now they're the guys that supplied the turbo for the Metro. They've also supplied me with another one for the ZR, which is now fitted. I then purchased another one using my discount code HOM17 for 17% off. Just a little plug there. To put on the Metro, because the Metro's turbo has currently blown the oil seals. This is only because the engine blew up last year. If you don't remember, I'll play a little video now. We've had a rather large amount of oil deposited out onto the bonnet. It's coming out here, the breather pipe, but it never done that before. And also we've got no charging. The alternator's not charging the battery, so that's another problem we have. Also, engine mount annihilated, and the subframe mount's also popped out, so it's pretty much game over, to be honest. It's a good spark plug. That's a spark plug and what they should look like. However, the one that came out of cylinder 1 looks like that, and that would indicate to me that something rather major has happened in that cylinder 1. The whole plug is broken. It's been battered by something in the bore multiple times. So I think we are going to have to strip the engine. So a little bit of piston and stuff went through the turbo, and I think that busted the turbo up. But anyway, I'm here to review the GT2871 turbo from Maxspeedingrods. I'll just talk you through a few things on the turbo, and I'll play a few clips of the turbo in action on my own car, and of course we'll get some of the MGZR in the later date once it's all finished and all the tweaks are made for the turbo. But yeah, let me show you the turbo in question. Alright, so this is the turbo. As you can see, the compressor wheel, it's very well built, no casting marks on it whatsoever, spins very freely. Even with no oil in it, that spins really well. Obviously you've got the actuator. I think stock it's about 10 psi, set to about 10 psi, so it does make a difference. Obviously I've turned up a little bit on the Metro because it's running about 15, so about 1 bar of boost. But this is the turbo that Maxspeedingrods sell. It's very well built, heavy piece of kit, like really heavy. Obviously in there you've got the oil feed. It does come with the oil feed bolt and gasket as well, and the gasket for the manifold side. Obviously that there is a little restrictor, so don't take that out. Whatever you do, if you take that out, it will just burn oil because the amount of pressure going into it. Then you've got the rear side. This is the exhaust turbine. Again, spins really well, no casting marks. These come fully balanced from Maxspeedingrods. The penny again, perfectly fine, no cracks. I'll try and open it. I don't think I'll be able to with my bare hands. No, I can't open it with bare hands. But this is the turbo. Like I said, I use it on this car now, the ZR and the Metro. But it's also got the choice for water cooling. I don't run that. I only run oil, purely because the Metro doesn't need to have water cooled. Turbo doesn't get used very often, so there is that. As you can see, you can clock the turbo as well, so you can spin this outer housing around if you wanted to get it to fit, which is what we've got to do for the ZR, because it has to fit in a different place. Obviously you've got the vacuum line, T into this if you want to run a boost valve, a bleed valve, so that'll run more boost if you just plumb into that. But let me show you a few things of it on the car. It's currently on this car, so I'll show you underneath the bonnet and what it looks like when it's fitted. Alright, so here it is fitted, as you can see, onto the ZR. This is now running probably about 10-12 psi, and the difference it's made is pretty phenomenal. You can definitely feel an increase in power and torque with just a turbo. Obviously the lag is a bit of a laggy turbo because it's quite big and it's only a small engine. It probably starts spooling at about 3,500 RPM and hits full boost at about 4.5. So it's not terrible, but you do get a bit of a shock when it does kick in fully. So that's the turbo fit to the ZR. I'll now show you a few videos of it fitted to the Metro, obviously running and driving, because we haven't got any videos of this yet as it's not quite ready to show. Okay, so I'll play a few videos now of the turbo fitted to the Metro. the mapping session, a few drag racing sessions that I've been to, and just general road driving. I'll see if I've got any footage that I can just show up and give you an idea of what the turbo sounds like and how responsive it is. So anyway, show you these videos. Let's get into it. We'll be on the dyno. So there it is, the Maxspeedingrods GT2871 Turbo. Don't forget to use my discount code HOM17 for 17% off. The turbo at the moment is £130 on their website. With my discount code, it goes down to 107, so a relatively good discount, and the shipping as well. I think they sent this to me within 2 days. I got it in 2 days. Even when I purchased for them before I was sponsored, it only came within 2 to 3 days, so it's really quite a good shipping time as well. They don't charge you extra for shipping, so that's very good. And obviously, like I say, don't forget to use my code. Obviously, the more times it gets used, the more help that they're going to give me. So they're helping me with a few other builds as well. Obviously, the borer is going to need an upgraded turbo, so that's going to be supplied by them. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in a bit.